know, I was late today. Hey, Michael. You look ridiculous. Hey, Caleb. Huh. Yeah, give us a little twirl.
Okay. Bad news bears. Turns out you really need to pay attention when you order costume.
I think you look great.
Sack's hanging out. No bueno.
Oh, I'm gonna punch this off.
I couldn't do it. I fucking love it. So, what were you going for there?
Well, I was going for a cop.
It's Deputy Dangle in a new way.
You betcha, bub.
The real question is, who were you going for?
You know it's like looking in a mirror.
It is. Freak me out.
It's like Pete and repeat in here.
Oh, goodness.
Freak me out.
Surprisingly, this isn't as uncomfortable as I thought it might be, but...
The skinny jeans are.
Oh, I bet.
They're, in my old age, I'm getting to be all bag. So, yeah, they're in some sticky situations in here. But, could you have some room for activities? They stretch with you.
Go with the fro.
Cody had asked me for a pair of my pants, and I can't remember what you said. Did you say that you were having another?
Yeah, I told him that this coming weekend we've got, my girlfriend and I have another Halloween party we're going to. And this has been going on, what, about a week or two?
Yeah.
And as soon as we show up to Caleb's, I told them both that I'm going to go ahead and change into my outfit. And they wanted to get stuff set up, and voila, here I am.
Yeah, he come out of the door, and at first I was like, shit, he's going to be mad that I don't know who he is. And then it hit me like a bag of bricks.
Now I can fucking see. Whew. Those were not prescription.
It still looks like it.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, this is what Sean could look like with a beard.
That's alright. One day.
I honestly tossed around the idea of like thinning out my mustache and goatee. But
You didn't have to do that. You didn't. Trust me, my mind is blown. And then Caleb walks out.
I'm just ridiculous.
well, so while we're standing around talking, I saw your gloves. And well, I saw the one. I'm like, does he got like a carpal tunnel glove?
That's
on?
what I thought. I was like, shit, when did you start wearing those?
Does it look better with that or without? I thought this might be cooler, but this is fucking
You may put it
goofy.
backwards. I don't
If you take the badge off, it looks like you're either going to deliver mail or give me an order of fries.
Just put that back on with it. All right, continue.
So, as you all should be able to tell by now,
Oh, you gotta do the nose thing, remember?
Oh, yeah.
is it
No,
this or...
you rub the side.
Oh,
It's a nervous tick.
it's a nervous tick.
If I was digging in there, I'd be fucking digging.
If I was digging in it, is it coming along or is it too deep?
It's a little too deep.
Damn it. Well, anyways.
Yeah, I think you
throughout the
did.
episode.
Like A for effort. It freaked me out for a second.
So, here we are. We're filming our first Halloween special.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
I had faith we did, but you know,
Right? I really wasn't sure how long this was going to last.
me neither.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just been fun. I think that's why we keep doing
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, just life happens a lot of times, and even if you plan on something lasting as long as what you're wanting it to, sometimes it just doesn't quite work out. So
Yeah, then you foreclose on your house and,
sell your firstborn, and
yeah.
next thing you know, you're
Or not
Sucking
foreclose,
dick
you
to pay
lose your
water
house,
bill.
right?
I
Is
mean-
that, I can, nah, fuck it.
yeah.
I don't remember what it all means. I don't own a house.
Do you suck dick for the water bill?
I just rent. No kids. Life's a party.
Question.
Uh-huh. Didn't hear an answer.
No.
Oh, okay. So they don't have water.
He's out there fucking splashing his ass in the fucking rain puddle.
I'm my OnlyFans. Which, by the way, we'll put a link to my OnlyFans at the end.
It's really called
Just-
Only Vans.
It's just you in your fucking Michael Myers costume just looking at different angles.
Naked.
You wouldn't even have to be. You know how many people would probably pay to see stupid ass pictures of Michael Myers standing in just awkward areas.
That's not a bad idea. Like like at a Little Caesars, just eating pizza.
Just sit there staring at it.
Toys R Us.
This could be funny.
Edward Jones. Get your finances looked at.
You just standing outside the window of a retirement home, just you know, just normal shit. Oh, I love it. Well,
I love getting dressed up. My buddies have a Halloween party they normally put on every year. It's just that one time a year, you know.
just be dumb as hell.
Yeah. And it's all fun and games, obviously.
For you, really let that leg hair out.
You can really air the fucking taint.
I'm getting some airflow. Put it that way. But,
Did it say the age that costume was for?
it said, XL plus women.
That what? Like I didn't know if it was like 12 through 15 or what it was.
No, whatever a plus woman is. If it fits, it ships. I have to put a USPS fucking thing across here.
Well, Sean, I can ask you the same thing. Whenever you bought these pants, did it have an age for it? Because this is not for a grown man's sack.
Right. I already told you guys I'm all shaft.
Yeah. He's always side piping. He doesn't have to worry about the sack being in his way. Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't get used to that either. It'd be fucking up.
Yeah, the skin jeans are long.
Water bottle.
Yeah. Anyways, they're actually a lot more.
Flexible.
Yeah.
I think there's like some spandex. And
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're jeggings, not skinny jeans, but.
so I show off my no ass.
Oh, yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
like, if you would set this table on its side, that's how flat my ass is. And this doesn't accentuate it all, so. Sorry, Chelsea. So, going back to like the whole dressing up thing, I've not dressed up for, well, we haven't been to a Halloween party in years, but the last dress up party we went to was it was a 90s MTV party. That was a
That
blast.
was
It was all just, we all had our crazy ass hair, and you could dress up as anything from the 90s, so I actually dressed up like a grunge singer. I had like this, like a Jack Sparrow facial hair going on, and
Was it 80s or 90s? Did you say?
it was 90s.
Oh, then I dressed up as an MTV crib. But I don't know if that was in the 90s or 2000s.
I think it was later 90s.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's tight in the pits.
I can't wait till he starts sweating.
I have been. Yeah, this is really
The leather's gonna shrink.
doing me well.
I'm honestly getting gristled up over here.
I hope. Yeah.
See, you should have shaved it into your chest hair. Then you could have unbuttoned it.
I didn't get the memo. We were supposed to wear the shirts underneath the.
God damn. I mean,
Was it Tuesday?
You would think.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I watched it too, but I was like, well, they probably think I'm stupid if I wore the shirt underneath.
I literally put this on right before I come downstairs. Well, I put it on and I was like, that really is just unflattering. I'm like, oh, at least put...
Something to contain it.
Goodness.
So what was one of your favorite things you ever dressed up as? Whether it being as an adult for Halloween or all the way back as a kid?
Amish guy.
Oh,
That's cool.
And
I like Amish guys.
my buddy did too. And of course he's got a massive beard and his stash was, I mean, it's like Cody's, it's nice and thick. So when he shaved it off, so it was like, wow, he looks
Holy
Amish.
crap.
Yeah, Yoder. But mine at the time, which not saying that it's real crazy now, but it was super blonde and it never would grow in very thick. So I shaved it off and it was just like, But that's the costume I remember the most. I dressed up, I can't remember when it was. I want to say it was the year before him and I dressed up as that. He invited me. So the first time I dressed up like that, my beard was actually pretty thick. And when I shaved my mustache off, it looked pretty decent. And then the next time I did it, I had just trimmed my beard. And he texted me and he's like, hey, we got a party to go to. You want to dress up as Amish? I'm like, damn it. I'm like, I'm going, but...
Did you say when you got the Amish clothes at?
So...
Like taking
It
your
wasn't
pants and
like-
suspenders, it's not hard.
Well, I didn't know.
So-
I didn't know they bought the, like, where they.
I
bought
don't
those.
know, but that's the closest thing that I think
So,
resembles them.
I worked at Rural King, and I was able to find suspenders and a straw hat there, which it's like, I'll have to wear it in one of the episodes, but it's not like your typical straw hat, because it's kind of like a little bit shorter and then it like rounds off in the back a little bit tighter, but it looks flawless. But then I bought the shirt at Walmart. It was just a light blue George or whatever it is brand shirt, and then I found some gray George slacks.
And you still have all this stuff.
That I don't remember. I want to say I gave some of it away, but I can't remember if I do or not. That would be.
Well, I didn't know if you like kept it for like some
Oh no.
kinky stuff. Or...
No. That's what this is for. So what's one of your guys's?
Growing up, I dressed up as your typical like Blue from Blue's Clues or a ninja or a vampire, but really my favorite was at that party that I mentioned earlier, and I actually still have pictures of it on my phone. And it was just, everybody had a good time. We all dressed up looking like complete ass hats. Played nothing but 90s music the entire time, and which I'll send you. If I find one as a kid, I'll send it to you and we can add that into the credits. If not, like I said, I can show these pictures, or at least one of them, of all of us together dressed up looking just dumber than hell. But that's probably my favorite one.
Mine was, well, I don't have anything cool, but I just think probably my favorite one was when I dressed up as a pumpkin as a kid. Just because when I think of Halloween, that was like my favorite memory.
But yeah, we were setting up on break at least every bit of a month ago.
Oh, I bet.
And yeah, he mentioned the Halloween episode again, and I was like, as soon as he's like, we should just like surprise each other with our outfits. I'm like, I'm dressing up as Sean. He fucking lost it. I'm like, I wanted you to know so we can kind of work together on this.
That's hilarious. Like, normally I can catch on to stuff like that, but that one blew me.
Yeah, you literally, he said something about the pants, then he sent just me a message, and he's like, he has no fucking clue.
No.
And then you said something else back about it, and he's like, still oblivious.
I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that caught me off guard.
That
Both of your guys' costumes did.
I thought about trying to draw your tattoos on me, but I wasn't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like hide it. I'd be like driving over here in driving gloves or something. It's
Yeah,
like,
wearing these bad boys.
Well, then I've been like, whoa, what do you guys got planned?
right.
You gonna give me a massage with those gloves on?
It's funny because I put these on, and I was actually just gonna wear this down, and then I decided I wanted to put the shirt on under it. So I took it back off, and I put the shirt on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it down, and then I'll, just go get dressed and reveal it. But I was sitting there wearing the gloves, and I'm like, oh, that'd be so funny if I was Chris Farley from Beverly Hills Ninja. Oh, that fucking Haru. I'm coming, my love.
That movie got a lot of flack, but I enjoyed
It
the
was,
hell out of
it was a good one. I actually just watched it recently. One of my favorite parts is whenever he dresses up as that dude with the that banker guy or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's got the fake mustache on. He goes to take a drink and it's hanging off, and I think it comes off on like the nozzle. And his brother fucking, he's like, oh shit! Did I shit my hat? Oh fuck!
You got your buddy.
All right.
That badge is so real.
Hey, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's how he reacted too. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of that though.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that movie.
Either that or he's on top of the pine tree. Or the pine tree. Fucking palm tree. There we go.
People probably thought we were just dressing up as homeless kids. Like, oh, you're a homeless kid. Here's some candy. My mom always told me too, like,
My mom said that. My mom said.
she always said, like, empty your bag before you go up there. So that way they think, oh
that's
shit, there's only an hour left to trick or treat and you ain't got no candy? And then they just dump shitloads in there.
Jesus, your mom was smart.
Yeah.
I thought you said you didn't have any sweets or anything growing up.
We got fucking candy at Halloween.
But by the sounds of it, that should have lasted you all
No,
year.
it's
Till
okay.
next.
By the time the following September hit, it was starting to fucking rot.
Yeah.
They're
No,
using it to
you
kill the
just-
neighborhood pigeons.
No yoo-hoos. We did have shitloads of cereal, so that was cool.
Did you cook it?
Yeah. Did we talk about that already?
We've talked
Me
about it
cooking
at
cereal.
least
At
3 or
least.
4.
At least.
So, we've kind of talked about it a little bit just because you guys are real. You're your basic white bitch and you just love slasher and shit. But
Yeah. Halloween's like one of my favorite, or actually it is my favorite time. And I was born in October too, so I just feel like
so,
it's my period.
what makes it Halloween to you?
As much as I hate the cold air because I gotta put the motorcycle up, it is kind of a nice transition because I do love the time. I like how there's some days where it's warm and then it'll get that chilly. And you can, I don't know if I'm the only one, but you can almost smell the fall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Just smells like
driving
fucking
through town.
leaves and
yeah, driving through town and
Harvest.
seeing people with jack-o'-lanterns
Yes.
on their porch. And, and then getting to watch horror movies and,
Going to your comment about gets a little bit warm but chillier, like even today.
oh, today
It was
was nice when we got out.
Yeah, it was kind of warm, but it had a cool breeze blowing through. It just
And
It
my
was
mom
perfect.
always had like all the windows open, so there was a breeze. And then you got home from school and she had like a pumpkin spice candle going
Oh,
or
yeah.
something, and it was like, whoa.
we still do that.
Yeah, it's
My brother and his wife do. My mom and dad do. We do.
like, so to the people that do decorate their houses, like I don't really have the space to have the decorations, but I appreciate all that you do. Because it really is cool to me, like, just seeing all the like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Something that I always think about is like whenever you're driving through town and you see people that have the pumpkins lit up on their porch, it automatically puts me into Halloween back in 1978, that the first movie.
Oh, the whole,
And
yeah,
like
that's
the kids
why-
are running down the street and you just hear the ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it instantly, I'm just
That-
like, I
that
think
right
of that
there
and I'm like,
is-
oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
That right there is why I love the jack-o'-lanterns, like sitting on the porch, and especially in the Rob Zombie version of Halloween, which a lot of people probably don't like, but like
I enjoy them.
when he
Never
in the
watched
intro,
it, so I don't.
it's pretty.
Well, I heard they were.
Don't watch it with like your kids. Or
Right.
Well,
something, but,
Danielle
like,
doesn't like.
his is like.
We have
it's
to
a
watch
zombie
it.
film.
We have to
Yeah.
watch it at like 10:30 in the morning with all the windows
Yeah.
open, as much light as possible.
Yeah, like that intro scene, God of Thunder by Kiss is playing, and it just says Haddonfield, and then they've got the pumpkins sitting on the trailer. Yeah, I hate saying, but trailer trash house. You know, it's like, fuck yes, Rob Zombie depicted this amazing.
I loved it. The second one I didn't really care for as much.
No,
but the
yeah.
first one he
Yeah, that. But you could,
loved it.
I almost just like I watched the unrated version, and I like horror movies, but that was almost just too much for me.
Yeah.
But
We're currently watching the Saw.
oh, I love
Saw.
Saw. But
Those
his
get
was
pretty
just
brutal.
a vulgar.
Yeah.
Like
I
when I think
think
of
it almost
his
makes you
version
feel
of Halloween,
trashy
yeah, I just
watching
think
it.
like Trailer Park Halloween.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Halloween.
I feel like I've seen maybe the second one of that, not all the way through, but like my mom wasn't a fan of them, so I just never watched them.
Yeah, I got mine. Mine was the unrated version. I was like 15. My aunt got it for. I believe it was my aunt that got it for me for my birthday. So we popped this thing in the DVD player, and my grandparents and everybody are over, and my grandpa come unglued. I mean, get this! Like he wanted to break the disc because it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, do you remember what the first horror movie you watched was?
Halloween.
Really?
In fact, like, I hated Disney movies growing up, like Aladdin, Lion King. Those honestly creep me out more than horror movies. But like my mom told me that, like even at a young age, I was watching the horror movies and stuff, and
I think my first was the original Halloween.
yeah, I mean it's a good one. Now I can't, like I've seen it so many times, and it's been so many years that I can't really sit through it. But I do like having it all in the background.
You have to appreciate the classic.
Yeah, oh yeah, John
Oh, yeah.
Carpenter. I mean,
Oh yeah. I think, if I remember right, my first one was Leprechaun
oh, that's a good one.
with the original one with, well, they all have Warwick Davis, but Jennifer Aniston's first movie. That she
That's
ever
crazy.
filmed. Yeah, it was nuts.
Do you guys remember John Carpenter's third Halloween, where it wasn't even Michael Myers? It was
I
that.
don't consider that part of the.
See,
I
his
hated
plan was to just like every 2 movies switch to a different Halloween like thing, but I think he had so much success with the Michael Myers
Yeah.
thing.
It was
And
that,
that was-
first.
I
one
liked
was-
that movie honestly because I
Dude.
appreciate it for what it was.
I cannot imagine 19. Well, was it 78 whenever that first came out, or was that whenever it was
78 or 79?
Mhm.
Okay, I cannot imagine
I think 78.
that time whenever that movie come out.
Oh, people.
Like
are wrong.
still today, like
Yeah.
even though I've watched it many times, you're always on the edge. You're like, you know, like
Yeah.
My mom and I had talked about that before because she watches a bunch of horror films like I do, and growing up, like Nightmare on Elm Street,
Oh my God.
she said
Honestly,
she couldn't watch the original one as a kid because it would terrify her.
Nightmare on Elm Street, like Wes Craven, I mean, I will give it to him. Like, even though Halloween's my favorite, Nightmare on Elm Street was an absolute masterpiece.
I loved it. But did you like the remake?
I like all of them. Like, if you get, like, I think about the money that's going into these movies, and I'm just like, you know, it's like Joe Dirt 2. worst fucking sequel. Like,
Yeah.
I
second.
I wasn't the biggest fan of one, but
Oh, I
I
love
couldn't
it.
agree.
But yes,
Like,
the second
it was
one,
terrible.
like, get that the fuck out of here. But
You could tell they were getting
somebody
better.
else dumped their money into that, so
Yeah.
It's
I'm just
like-
glad they at least cared enough to try
I'm
to.
one of
make
the
something.
few that really enjoyed the remake. I'm not saying it's nearly as good as the old ones because
The remake of Joe Dirt? Or-
No,
Oh,
sorry, going back
I was
to
like,
Yeah.
I'm about to leave the podcast.
going back to Nightmare on Elm Street because Robert Englund is phenomenal.
Oh my god.
God.
Hilarious too.
Yeah.
Like,
He is sick, twisted. He's just perfect for that role. And the remake got a bunch of flack because it's Jackie Earl Haley, right? Or Jack Earl Haley.
yeah.
Either way, they said that he looked terrible. His acting was horrible. I still really enjoyed
How do you
it.
find good actors without putting them out to see if the viewers like
Sure.
it? You know what I mean?
But I also feel like whenever you're trying to take over the mantle from, I mean, he's an icon from
Yeah.
that series. You will never live up to expectations.
And with Freddy, I think my second favorite horror movie is, and I think it was one of the best horror movies, Freddy versus Jason.
I really
That was
enjoyed it
fucking
too.
cool. Like that end scene where they like, and the humor of Freddy. Dude, it was just what an amazing horror movie.
Yeah,
Probably one of the best I've ever seen.
I did really enjoy it as well.
And then that wink he gives you at the end,
Mhm.
and I can't remember. Yeah, I think Jason cut Freddy's head off,
Yes.
and then he picks it up and Freddy winks.
Mhm.
Like, that was cool as hell.
Now, the original Friday the 13th, it's got my favorite twist in any horror movie I've ever watched. When the entire time you're thinking it's Jason, it's Jason, it's Jason, and it turns out to be his mom doing all the murdering
Yeah.
and stuff. That, especially back whenever that came out,
That was probably
That had-
crazy.
I don't know if I've ever seen that original.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's your typical, like,
In the garage, I've got the original movie theater poster. It's like a hard poster, and then I've got the original Halloween one.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool.
yeah, that one was good. I'm glad you brought that one up.
Mm-hmm. I think Kane Hodder, he'll always be my Jason.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's the same with Michael Myers. Like, honestly, I like the dude that played in Rob Zombies just because he
He-
was a monster. I mean,
Right.
this dude was huge, and the long hair
Mm-hmm.
and
He made it. He was a much more intimidating Michael.
yeah, and that's what yeah. And the trilogy that they just come out with. How did you guys feel about it? I hear a lot of people hated it, but I loved it.
The first one I liked. I haven't watched Halloween Ends, but Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills was crazy.
Was that the second one?
Yeah.
Where they had the firefighter scene. That was insane. to me.
So,
I thought they focused too much on the humor in that one. But I mean, it was okay.
I
Not
just
the
thought
worst movie
seeing
I've
a
seen.
modern Halloween. I think they did a great job on making it that same like pumpkin
yeah.
feel.
I'd have to go back and watch it again.
A lot of people hated Ends, but I just if like I said, if a producer's ready to dump the money to make it like
Mhm.
I'm in.
So, I liked the one from 2018, which was
The first one.
the first one. I really enjoyed it. The second one, was that 2020?
20. Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
It was a little mediocre. Like, I watched it and I was like, it's kind of just,
The same movie repeated. What? Were you doing the
I didn't catch it right away, but he started smiling and I was like, oh, I've seen him. Anyways,
It's like 2.0 over here.
the second one, it was, I enjoyed it too, but yeah, there was a lot of like just cheesy shit that they did. And then the third one was like,
Again, I haven't watched the third, but that was
Yeah, I
my
don't
biggest
wanna
complaint
give
about
away
the
then.
second because they just added too much cheesiness in it.
yeah, I totally agree. The third one was
What's
just,
crazy though
They
is
came off
that,
of it, just desperate.
now I'm forgetting her name because I'm on camera.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, she said that, you know, she wouldn't play in another one unless John Carpenter had something to do with it. And he had, you know, he helped with you know, he liked the new trilogy that come out. So she actually played in it.
I feel like the first one was very similar. Well, I can't say very similar, but it was a lot more like the original. Like you could tell it was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I liked in the Ends one was, I don't know if you guys could ever tell, but in the older horror movies, which is sad because like thanks to the new cameras we have, we'll never get the same look of the 80s movies.
Right.
But the blue tint, like when they're in the dark and the light is almost like moonlight.
Yeah.
And it's like a blue, that always, I love that about those old horror movies.
Darn.
Like, because what?
It's just the legs.
What is so goddamn funny?
Yeah.
Look at them. Those aren't calves. Them are cows. Fucking.
Let's go. All right.
Those are dead calves.
We're keeping that.
Ka-chow.
Yep, that's staying in it. If you don't put that in there, I ain't watching.
Hey, you did.
I don't weigh no 300 pounds. I weigh 165. Hey, you do.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What?
Are you wearing bottoms?
Of course I'm wearing bottoms.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it since you brought Kame and Jack into this. Since they're fucking around with our sponsorship, Smirnoff, you're getting your shout out. Ball's in your court.
Still waiting on Views to send me a couple free pods.
So were you guys big trick-or-treaters?
I love trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I always win.
Do you think there should be, like, alright, now that I'm a little older, I disagree with it, but like, if there's if there's teenage kids, like 15 through 18, and they're out trick-or-treating, I'm giving them fucking candy.
Oh, goddamn right.
Like, if they're out just fucking wanting to do that, whatever.
As long as they're not like dicking off and.
Yeah, I mean, like,
As
if
long
they
as-
took the time to dress up, and like, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, as long as they're not being dicks to like the little kids and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
if they're actually, if there's a whole group of kids waiting
And
to come
normally
up
you
there,
can
yeah,
tell.
come on up. Sure.
Like,
But yeah, if they're not going through and like blowing up fucking pumpkins all over the road or doing stupid shit.
yeah.
Doing something Dwayne would do.
Yeah. As you know, he's from one of our previous episodes and huge piece of shit. I mean, I'll go ahead and throw that out
Absolute
there.
asshole.
Fucking stealing
Most-
watermelons.
Alright, I'm gonna cut this part out.
No, don't cut it out. Yeah,
That's a
don't
cleaning your
cut that
ears
out.
really good.
Oh,
Okay, any Hoosier. So you got people that think like trick or treating whenever they think of Halloween, or you got people that think of like horror movies, Halloween, like you.
Mhm.
You think of just fall or autumn, and then you got the people that think of Halloween as like scary and spooky and paranormal. So we've kind of talked about almost all of this, but like paranormal side of it. Have you guys had paranormal experiences? Like I know we dabbled into a little bit whenever we had Jason on,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some shit that I've had happen that it's one of those that's kind of like unexplainable, but at the same time, like,
Not enough to say. That was
yeah, yeah. I've just had some random things happen, like, just random things around the house somewhat recently, and Danielle always says that she sees stuff whenever I'm at work or hears stuff or whatever, but a couple things recently, that swing that you guys gave us,
Mm.
or well, that I bought from you. There was one day I was in the bathroom and Danielle was doing something and it turned on. Cause I heard like a, like a powering on of something. And I just kind of sat there for a second. I'm like, "Do you hear that?" And she's like, "What?" I look into the bedroom and it's all lit up. I'm like,
You ever wonder if Cody gave that to you for a reason?
I mean, I plead the fifth.
So I went and unplugged it and everything. And then, not long before that, we were sitting in the living room. And we put all of Avery's toys up. And we're sitting there watching something. And one of her toys turned on.
I fucking hate kids' toys.
Oh, yeah. So, I went over there, shut it off, made sure all the other ones were shut off. One morning I woke up and come downstairs, and the washer and the dryer, both the doors were open, and there was clothes out on the floor in front of the dryer. And I asked her, I'm like, oh, it's a stupid question to ask her, but I'm like, did you come down here and mess with the clothes for any reason? She's like, no. Because when I say it's stupid to ask her, like, if she would have came down and messed with them, they'd have been upstairs.
Sure.
And the only logical thing I could come up with out of that ordeal was there was a pair of my shorts that were caught, and they were, like, wound up.
Maybe it
And I
sprung
wonder
the
if,
door open or
yeah,
something.
maybe broke the door
A
open.
dog, maybe?
He stays upstairs. There's a gate up at the top of the stairs. But I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I walked downstairs and I seen that. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? The washer door, that one, sometimes we leave it open just to let it vent a little bit because it's a front load.
Yeah.
But I still, I don't know. But then, let's see, there was those, maybe all of them. Oh, I got out of the shower the other day, and she took the dog out and took Avery with her. And whenever I got out of the shower, I was sitting there drying off, and it sounded like she walked from the bedroom into the living room. Like, because the floor creaks a lot, which I'm sure most of you have heard it in the videos, but I almost said something, but I was like, yeah, it was just her. And I finished drying off, and then I hear Murphy come running upstairs, and then I hear her walking up the stairs behind him, and I'm like,
What the fuck?
yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell her about that, so babe, you're finding out right now.
Mr. Killer, take her first.
But yeah, the other day she told me she was combing Avery's hair in her mirror in her bedroom, and out of the corner of her eye in the mirror she seen what appeared to be a guy standing in the doorway. And she said that she seen it and like, it's just one of those that's like, and she said she turned to the doorway and there wasn't anybody there. But yeah, so she's like, I know you're going to say I'm dramatic about this. Of course, the whole time I'm like, yeah, you're dramatic. And then I'm like, that was the motherfucker that walked around the other day. That same bastard that was walking in the fucking living room.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, for God's sakes.
You're gonna keep fucking tormenting us. At least pay the electric bill. Like
shit.
you're pitching in on this shit.
God damn it, Dick!
For me, I'm not like a believer in really at all in any of that stuff. I'm actually probably one of the people that wishes something would happen just so I can be like, whoa.
Right.
But the only time I can ever think is like my basement at my parents' house was down in the basement, of course. And
What was that?
The basement of my parent. Hold on. We gotta get the full effect of here. The basement of my parents' house was in the attic.
it was underneath the stairs.
But no,
You're trying to say your bedroom was down there?
Yeah, like it was
You
kind
said
of
You
a-
said the basement of
Oh.
your parents' house was in the basement.
Oh, my bad.
That's why I stopped.
The story makes me nervous. But no, my bedroom was down there. And it was kind of a creepy basement. An older house, you know. I think it's built in the 50s or something.
A lot of people died down there, you know.
Well, I don't know what happened. But they were all gone, I think, you know, who knows where they were. But I went, like, the house was dark, so I was getting ready for bed. Well, I go downstairs and the lights are on down there. And it sounds like you know that noise when somebody gets off your bed?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like that. And at first I was like, oh, it's the dog. The dog was upstairs, so I'm like, it freaked me out.
It's all the same creepy fucker you heard get off your bed.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't going down there.
Well, yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I go down there and I get over it, you know. I don't really believe in that shit, so I'm laying there and I hadn't turned on the TV or anything yet. And it's a big basement. Like there's another bedroom down there and then the laundry room and shit. Well, the dog comes over to the corner of the room and just starts barking at the corner. That is what made me start I was like, I wanted her to just shut up and I wanted to get that TV on because something about when I'm creeped out, having the TV on just helps.
Sure.
But yeah, I was freaking out because she's just glaring at the corner of the room and I'm like, what the, oof. Other than that,
I've had Murph a couple times.
that was TikTok. Surprise.
No, there was at least once, if not twice, that Murph was. He just looked into the living room from the bedroom,
Boom.
and then just stood there, and that's enough to stand the hair up on your neck. You're like. There was, whenever you're laying on bed, you can kind of see it with our new couch. For our old couch, you could see it perfectly. You could see the whole backrest of it. And I was laying in bed and I seen it looked like a man standing, leaned up against the back of the couch.
You did tell me this.
Okay, so it looked like a man's leaned up against the back of the couch, and I was like, oh God, about to lose my shit. And then the head turned and looked at me, and I'm like, and getting goosebumps and shit. And then I realized it was my dog standing up on the back of the couch just looking around.
And you'd have to meet the dog.
Oh my God, it scared the fuck out of me.
Well, I told you about the other morning, didn't I?
I don't know.
Aaliyah scaring the shit out of me.
Is that whenever you're making our little flapjacks?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Were you up there for that one?
I don't think he was there.
So the other morning, we wake up and get ready for work, and our daughter just starts blowing a gasket in her crib. It's like, well, maybe if we wait it out, she'll fall asleep. Well, she just keeps crying. And I told Chelsea, I'm like, if you go get her out, I'll get her some food made real quick, and maybe she'll eat a little bit before we drop her off at the center. So I'm sitting there I've got my music playing like I do every morning, getting her food ready. Well, 9 times out of 10, if we're getting her breakfast ready, Chelsea will walk in with it holding her. Not that fucking morning. I didn't even hear her walking, running, nothing. She comes around the fucking bar on our countertop and just yells, "Daddy!" I about dropped her.
That
It
would be
scared
yeah,
absolute
especially because they're
fuck.
so small.
Yeah.
And you're
year and a
like,
half.
Yeah.
She about caught a fucking drop kick.
So
I'm sitting there it's those little bitty mini pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm getting them out of the microwave, and she yells, "Daddy's like, Jesus Christ!" I look over there, she's just sitting there smiling. It's like, it ain't fucking funny.
Get out of here,
Yeah, you little fucking
Freddie.
did I tell you the story about Danielle scaring me in the middle of the night? This was the same time I told him this. So when Danielle was pregnant, she peed every 30 minutes. And she one night stuck a pillow in between us. And the comforters were laying over it. So I heard her get up and go to the bathroom. I heard it flush. I hear her come back in the bedroom. Well, I fell back asleep. And I wake up and I'm laying there, and I thought I heard like a cabinet door close. And I sat there for a moment, like, what the fuck? And I was like, maybe it's just Murphy jumping down. Then I hear the floor start creaking. And I'm like, yeah, it's just Murph. And then I'm like, that is not Murph. Like, that is somebody walking. So I fucking, like, get squared up, fucking about to Erlacher her off the bed, through the fucking closet across from the bedroom. She rounded the corner, and I, like, saw the outline of her, and I damn near shit myself. Like, I had goosebumps, and my fucking hair was sticking up. I felt like a little
Did your badge fall
about to fucking... damn near. But, dude, that scared the fuck out of me. And I'm like, you literally just about got tackled into that closet. And she's like, what? I'm like, I just about put you through that closet. And she's like, why? I'm like, this goddamn pillow you got stuffed up under here. I thought you were laying beside me this whole time. I hear the floor creaking. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the covers humped up. I'm like, oh my fucking God, there's somebody in this house.
I'm surprised you don't keep. Well, probably not a good idea, but have the gun near you. That'd have turned into a horror movie.
Yeah, that'd have been a fucking Dateline episode right there. It was a quiet night. 9/21.
I thought she was the pillow.
Yeah.
There was only one more time that ever creeped me out, and it was recent. I don't know if I told you guys this. I have sleep issues, you guys know that. Mm-hmm. But I woke up, and I don't know if it was a lucid dream, which we talked about the other day. I can do it if I really practice it for a week or two. But I woke up, and I was in the bedroom, and I woke up with a gasp of air, kind of like people that, what do they call that? Apnea, sleep apnea. But I kid you not, it was so freaky that I couldn't move. But I don't know if it was the sleep paralysis that we also talked about, but it felt like somebody was laying behind me in the bed, holding me.
Fuck.
And it freaked me out. I can't even believe that I didn't bring that up as the first thing. But like, I was scared. Like, I was laying in bed, and I'm like, like I was scared to even move, because it really did feel like somebody was just laying there with their arms around me like this. And I don't believe in any of that shit, but that freaked me out.
See, like for us, that might be normal. You wake up and Danielle. Or
yeah, for me, it's like, what girl did I bring home on Tinder? Or is she back?
Yeah.
I said I did. Pineapple. Pineapple.
harder.
Or safe word. Or safe word. Yeah, that freaked
Did
me
you
out.
say chocolate? What are they selling? Chocolate.
So before we end, I've got two. I've got one that's been going on recently, and one that just absolutely scared the fuck out of me, probably 10 to 12 years ago. But our recent one is, we've got one of those baby wipe warmers that you just wave your hand over and the lid will open. That just it'll open randomly. Like, you can just be sitting there, nothing going on, it'll just beep, and then the lights will start cycling through. It just happens, like I said, just completely random. Well, between that and then she's been teething, having growing pains and stuff like that, so we'll give her a little bit of Tylenol. Well, the other day I set the syringe that we use for the Tylenol, set it up there on her dresser, and we've got one of those little like soother machines and a lamp, set it right between it. We went to look for that, couldn't find it, thought maybe we threw it in the dishwasher or something like that. But also up there we have this, it's a letter A, and it has little light bulbs in it that you can turn on. It was wedged between 3 light bulbs in the top, and there's no fucking way that she can reach it. I didn't put it there. Chelsea claims she didn't.
It'd be really nice to have like a ring camera or something like.
No, it wouldn't. Because
Just-
if you caught something on there,
See, but I'm for that shit. I'm like, I want an explanation for this stuff.
yeah, but it's
I
all
just
fun and
assume
games
being
until
unknown. Like,
yeah.
yeah. See the syringe fucking get up, fucking.
That would be cool as hell.
You just hear. Oh, God damn it!
Not,
Now that would be kind of funny.
not if I had a kid.
Oh,
and the kid,
shit.
if
Yeah.
that was in the kid's room, no. But
It'd
for
be
me,
terrifying if you see it and it's like the neighbor kid fucking crawling through the window, putting it up there and crawling back out. Like, that's not something I want to know.
yeah.
Because I really don't want to go to prison for shooting somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always like. There has been some creepy ring camera footage.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's like the only thing that I use to not believe this stuff is like we live in one of the craziest times where you can catch a fucking tire flying off a car and killing somebody in a local shop,
Right.
but then you can't catch the damn ghost that's been haunting you.
Mhm.
And
So, where all ended at was the one that happened years ago, where my mom, and again, I may have told it on the show before, but it still, to this day, weirds me out. But where my mom's office is at their house, that used to be my bedroom. And just got off of work and getting all snuggled up and comfy, and I doze off for a little while, but I wake up and you get that feeling someone's watching you. Well, you just kind of look around a second, and like, oh, all right. Well, then for some reason I just glance down at the foot of the bed, and I just see a woman's face, just fucking staring at me. And about the time you wig the fuck out and like turn the TV on to get some light in there, it's gone. So a few months go by, and we're going through pictures and shit, and come across a picture my aunt shows me, and I'm like, who dat? It's like great aunt or great grandma something, and she's been dead for years. Never seen her, never met her, never seen a picture of her. I'm like, meh. She's like, why? I'm like, I saw her at the foot of my bed the other night. So, call it what you want, but still, to this day, fucking just gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Because how could I have created her image?
it just, yeah, I mean, it really makes you like, yeah.
And maybe
It's
they were
crazy
just
how you can
a-
manifest something like that.
I love manifesting.
He manifested twice since he's been here.
No, I will say the other day, like, because I knew we were doing this, and I was like, well, I'll set that Michael Myers mask out in case I want to use it. I woke up in the fucking middle of the night, and I forgot I put it there. And, you know, the lighting in there, I just had my computer monitor on. It scared the fuck out of me.
I would have
But
pissed.
I knew after like 2 seconds, I'm like, oh my. But, like, Michael Myers doesn't scare me, but, like, seeing a face like that just, because I always set it up like the face is like, it's not just laying there.
So, go ahead.
Scared the, I mean,
So going back to like the earlier part of this episode where I talked about the first scary movie I'd watched was Leprechaun. My brother had this little fucking stuffed doll he got from her grandma's.
was it a, what do they call those red ones? The red-haired ones. God, those are fucking scary.
Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
No, this
Oh,
is like a, I'm pretty sure she made it, but it looked like a fucking leprechaun. So that little son of a bitch, as in my brother, he decided to be funny. He would sleep with his door open.
Easy, he's making us like bar stool thing.
So that little son of a bitch decided, you know how I'm going to really freak my brother out? Yeah, I'm going to leave my door open, and I'm going to set that little fucking leprechaun up on my dresser so he's looking at his fucking bed across the hallway.
Oh, I wouldn't like that either.
No! So yeah, about the time you fall asleep and whether you wake up in the middle of the night, wake up first thing for school in the morning, whatever. First thing you see is that little bastard. It's like, Jesus Christ!
Which
He got a fucking kick out of it.
Chucky never like scared me or like anything, but dolls, I don't like dolls.
I don't like ventriloquist dolls.
Is that like, I'm trying to think of what that would be. Is that kind of like what that was?
No, this is just like a stuffed play doll.
Is it like it's not a Raggedy Ann, but it's a realistic kind of baby looking doll?
No, that's more like a porcelain doll. Kind
No, I don't
of
like
thing.
those, and then I don't like Puppet Master fucking.
Yeah, it's ventriloquist. It's
Is that what that is?
Well,
Oh, I didn't know.
he's talking. What the fuck are those? Anyways,
With their
ventriloquist.
fucking mouth goes up and down. Oh.
Where like you put your hand in their back and make them talk, and that's
See, I'm thinking of
ventriloquist.
the actual.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's like
okay,
I want to say mariachi, but that ain't fucking right. Mariachi's a band.
Play some of that.
But
shit.
I know what you're talking about. That's another solid ass movie though. If any of our viewers haven't seen it, Dead Silence.
Which one's that?
It's the ventriloquist dolls.
I think I know. They're an older, like not an older movie.
Yeah, it's probably mid 2000s.
I wish it kind of reminded me of that movie. I'll keep it quick, but have you guys seen that movie where that kid is living in the fucking walls of that house?
Yes!
She goes to babysit
Yes.
this kid, and the
Solid.
parents are gone. And turns out the kid's a fucking doll or something like that, right? Or
No,
he's not
but
there, or
she thinks the doll's haunted, and at the end of the movie, you find out that the kid that supposedly died is actually living in the basement and traveling through the walls and making this
really good movie.
It's called The Boy.
Yeah, that's it.
It is phenomenal.
Great.
Sounds horrible.
It's
No, you need to-
delightful.
Well, I mean, it sounds good, but it sounds terrifying.
Did you ever watch Walking Dead?
Miss.
If I remember right, her name was Maggie Lauren Cohen.
Couldn't tell you names, but I
She-
watched the show alone.
She plays the. She's one of the farmer's daughters from like
Okay.
season 2, the dark-haired one. But yeah, she plays like the main character in that. Are we boring you?
No, I'm just tired.
Well,
I'm
fucking
tired all the
stop.
time. Tired all the time. I love hearing you guys talk.
This Sean's not tired. But you know what this Sean is? Fucking gristled up.
That's something we haven't done in the last 2 episodes.
Well, we're bringing it back.
We didn't do an outro
Oh, it's true.
on either of the last 2 episodes because last week we were
We started cussing and discussing and got distracted.
we went to take a break for a few minutes and
Then
stay by
we had
the
a
fire.
permanent break.
Yeah, we stood there for 2 hours talking and
Yeah.
yeah. But,
Well,
after all that, I'm about as gristled up as you could be.
I'm Cody Rich, and I didn't wear my shirt today, so.
I'm Sean Sullivan. Caleb, you feeling gristled up?
Who farted? The fucking freaks. Oh my god. I'm always
Wait,
gristled up. Yeah. I'm always gristled up.
Sean, you doing alright, bud?
I'm just worried about my pants after this.
It's alright, it'll be a little shit
It's got a
streak.
poo stain.
I got the poo on me.
That's just a crapper tank, people.
That was a good one.
It was.
That was a long one. I bet you were.
We're at least 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna leave this in because we're gonna go have a great night, and I hope you guys enjoy the first Halloween special.
Yeah. It's our first one in the books. Hopefully the first of many.
Smearing off, listen. Shut off or show off?
Shut up.